Hello again. We are cruising right up to about the midway point of the term. Glad you're all still on board, and again, some strong performances in terms of how things are coming together, and just loving how things are going at this point. We are giving you just a short introduction to Module 3 coming up. You'll recall we started off with a brief review and a look at institutional culture in Module 1. We then went to a consideration of the national discourse on success and completion and the impact on planning, with an introduction to strategic planning tools in Module number 2. And what Deb and I are attempting to do with the third module is to bring all of that together. And so we're looking to formally link the traditional and evolving mission and practices of the community college to the organizational tools and processes of strategic planning. This particular module is designed to address course outcomes number 1, 4, and 6. The reading for this week will come from the Bryson book, the strategic planning book by Bryson. And you have a group project that will be due this week. The details for that, again, are contained in the syllabus and other resources online. And certainly you can call, email if there are questions about that, as well as your posting board, your discussion for your posts that are due this week as well. Basically, it's at this point that it gets really important that each of you begin to think in terms of understanding how the strategic planning process works. There's no one right way. There's no one way to do strategic planning. Some institutions will be fairly formal in their approach. Some are somewhat top-down in their approach. Some will make great use of community leaders, while some others pretty much kind of have an insular approach. And all of those approaches and tools and ways of going about things are, again, pretty much dependent on the culture and resources and exactly what you're driving toward, exactly what you're trying to achieve. So while there's no one way to do it, again, it's important that you have good data. It's important that your process be rigorous enough to give you good information so that the strategic goals that you come away with, your campus community, your college community has confidence in those things that your data and your process have borne out to be important for the organization. So this is where we try to bring it all together. You've got a group project as a way to illustrate some of how that works. And again, you have us just a few clicks or a phone call away if you have questions along those lines. From this point going forward, starting with module number 4, Deb Foudner will be picking up with a little more depth going into the process and particularly the tools. And we're just hoping to make great planners, and even above that, folks that can really execute a plan in terms of your ability to design it, move through it, lead it, and guide it to some outcomes that make sense for your organizations. So thank you for your effort to this point. I will still be engaged relative to looking at posts and just kind of seeing how things go as we move into the second half of the course. Thanks so much. Keep up the good work.